The Council had promised peace. 1,000 years of negotiations, treaties etched in stardust, and protocols signed under the twin suns of neutral worlds. Humanity, the youngest of the space-faring species, had abided by every clause, every demand, even those that insulted their sovereignty. All in the name of unity. But peace, it seemed, was a weapon the Council had always wielded against them. Admiral Reina Vasquez stood at the command deck of the U.S. Retribution, her dark eyes fixed on the charred fragments of what had once been the Mars listening post, Earth's primary outpost in the outer system. What remained was a cloud of debris and an unending transmission, no survivors. They struck first, Commander Eileen muttered beside her, his voice thick with fury. After all the oaths, all the alliances. They didn't just strike, Reina replied coldly. They erased a piece of Earth's soul. They forgot who we were before the treaties. It's time we remind them. Within hours, Earth's High Command enacted Protocol Omega, the clause no one thought would ever be used. The fleet began to move. They didn't send diplomats. They didn't send warnings. They sent ships. 40 Titan-class supercarriers. 200 dreadnoughts. 1,000 heavy cruisers. Entire planetary divisions mobilized, carrying weapons outlawed by every known galactic charter. But Earth no longer cared for galactic charters. Earth had been betrayed. The Council had tried to play the game of deception. Their hidden alliance with the Dravari hegemony had finally come to light, a calculated plan to weaken Earth, isolate it, then bleed it dry. But what they hadn't accounted for was how far humanity would go when cornered. The first Council world they reached was Tildar Prime, a fortified diplomatic hub. Reina gave only one order. No mercy. Planetary shields crumbled under Terran kinetic hammers, ancient rail guns accelerating tungsten rods to a fraction of light speed. Cities once known for their artistry turned into flaming ruins. Broadcasts screamed across Council networks. Terrans are here. They're not stopping. They were right. Earth's fleet split like a divine storm, every arm of it targeting key Council strongholds. Tressafor, Velknor, Chidral, and Oberon's Gate. All fell within 3 Terran days. On Velknor, the amphibious Kdari governors begged for parley. They broadcast images of their surrendered weapons, their people kneeling in submission. The Terrans didn't reply. They simply flattened the capital with orbital plasma arrays and moved on. On Chidral, a religious species tried invoking ancient peace deities. The Terran Marines landed anyway, in silence, with cold precision. There was no diplomacy now, just vengeance. And then came Varelia, the Council's capital world. A planet considered untouchable, protected by a Dyson-level defense ring and guarded by 10 fleets from every major species. But they had never faced Terran fury unshackled. Admiral Reina stood on the bridge of the Retribution, eyes scanning the data. Begin the burn, she ordered. Operation Solar Spear initiated. Terran engineers had long developed sun-drilling devices meant to harvest stellar cores. But in war mode, those same devices became weapons of extinction. 5 were launched into Varelia's sun. The system's star collapsed. Within hours, the planet, its fleets, its governors, its defenses was consumed in a gravitational hellcape. The Council's heart, the seat of its lies, was now a singularity. Not even screams escaped. The surviving Council races sent frantic pleas. Some tried surrendering. Others fled into uncharted space. A few attempted counterattacks only to be met with Terran black hole mines and quantum disruptor fields. The galaxy watched in terror. This wasn't the same Earth they mocked for being new to the stars. This wasn't the species they once called primitive apes with loud toys. This was a species that had held back until they were betrayed. And now they left nothing standing. Weeks later, in the ruins of the Galactic Council's central archives, Admiral Reina transmitted a message to all remaining civilizations. We are not conquerors. We are not tyrants. But if you raise a hand against Earth, we will erase your stars. Then, in classic Terran style, the fleet turned away from the ashes. They did not occupy. They did not claim new territory. They simply went home. Earth had made its point, and the galaxy would never forget it.